The Fox 25 Primetime News at 9 starts right now.
We have new details tonight about a terrifying playground attack. 12 elementary school students are recovering tonight after a dog got loose during recess.
It happened at Fillmore Elementary in southwest Oklahoma City. Now the Oklahoma City School District is reevaluating some safety and security measures. Fox 25's Caroline Vandergriff is live at the school with the details. Caroline?
The school says the dog got onto the playground through an open gate. This one here doesn't even have a lock on it. And we found out it's a district-wide problem. 28 third and fourth graders out on the playground for recess ran into danger.
Dog came on and started to attack some of the kids, and then of course the kids began to scream and panic, which excited the dog and scared the dog even more. And so, you know, his natural instinct was to keep biting and going after the kids.
12 kids were taken to the hospital for their injuries in the attack, 5 by ambulance and 7 others by their parents.
The 12 that were transported, those students sustained some kind of bite, whether it was just a nick or, you know, a puncture wound.
The pit bull mix even managed to get inside the school, but a brave teacher tackled him before he reached any classrooms.
We'll do whatever it takes to put ourselves in the way of any kids getting hurt, and he did that. And I'm very proud of him.
Lee Hughes says he doesn't feel like a hero.
I'm used to being able to just do what needs to be done, and it just worked out real well.
The district applauding the teachers and first responders who sprang into action.
Had we hesitated, had our folks done something different than what they did, we might be talking about a different result here.
But the school is also reviewing what happened.
I think they should follow more protocol. I mean, take a walk around before they let the kids out and make sure that the gates are secured.
Fillmore Elementary is one of dozens of Oklahoma City schools with open playground gates.
That's a problem that we're looking at across the district, not just at Fillmore, making sure that if we need any resources to make sure that those gates are secured.
To prevent something like this from happening again. The district's director of security says there are plans in the works to keep these gates more secure by using welded chains that people can't cut off. He also encouraged parents and students to report any safety issues to the 24/7 hotline. That number is 587-SAFE. Back to you.
Caroline, thank you. Oklahoma City Animal Welfare now has custody of the dog that attacked those children. So far, no owner has come forward. The dog will be quarantined for 10 days to watch for signs of rabies. Then it will likely be euthanized.
We have just received an update on a deadly shooting at a Chicago hospital today. Police gave an update at a press conference that just wrapped up about 45 minutes ago. What we have learned is a sad update here. A Chicago police officer, a doctor, and a pharmaceutical assistant all died from their injuries. The shooter is also dead. We're also learning that the shooter was in a relationship with the doctor who also died there just hours ago. This is what police had to say at a press conference, again, that just wrapped up about 30 minutes ago.
The subject fired multiple shots at the officers before they could exit their squad car. Several of those shots causing damage to the police car. The subject then ran inside the hospital doors where the officers gave chase. The officers broadcast the police officer needs assistance across the radio. A few other units responded right away, including SWAT. They engaged the offender for several minutes in the hospital with gunshots being fired by the offender and by the police.
And we will continue gathering new details as the situation unfolds as we go throughout the night.
Jennifer, thank you. A former Oklahoma priest is now facing a second accusation of sexual abuse. A spokesperson for the Archdiocese says church officials have received a letter with a credible claim against Benjamin Zoller. This is according to the Oklahoman. Zoller was a priest at Our Lady's Cathedral in Oklahoma City. The latest claim says the abuse happened back in the 1970s. A separate letter accused him of abusing a teenage boy in the 80s. Zoller is now banned from volunteering at any Archdiocese location.
A 1-year-old child has died after being hit by a car in a driveway of a home in Choctaw. Police say they're still investigating what happened, but it appears to be a tragic accident. This kind of accident is most common with children under the age of 5. When you leave the house, make sure to shut the door securely so that children cannot run outside after you. Before driving off, make sure you know where all of the children are and double check your blind spots. And if you are on your own and you need to move your vehicle, it's safe to put the children in the car with you, and always make sure to separate play areas from driveways.
We've got you back with a warning tonight from the IRS. They say fake emails are going around claiming to be from IRS Online. Now, the scam email carries an attachment labeled tax account transcript or something similar. They're trying to get you to open the documents, which contains malware. Now, the scam is especially problematic for businesses whose employees might open it because that malware can spread throughout the network. The IRS says they'll never send unsolicited emails with sensitive documents attached. Now, if you do get this, be sure you delete it.
Some Oklahomans can now get free tuition at OU. Here is a live look at Norman tonight near the University of Oklahoma. The school is launching the Crimson Commitment Program. A student enrolled in the program will get up to $8,000 towards 4 years of tuition. It will start next fall for both new and current students. Now, to be eligible, the student must be a recipient of the Oklahoma's Promise program, which means the parent's income must not exceed $55,000 per year.
President Trump is getting mixed reviews for his visit to the fire zones in California on Sunday. A lot of people still angry over some of the president's remarks. Fox News White House correspondent Kevin Corke takes a closer look at why there seems to be more fires in the West with deadlier consequences and who is at fault.
It's an unmistakable sound, the roar and fury of a wind-whipped wildfire. As California was being engulfed by its deadliest inferno on record, President Trump sparked a controversy by suggesting gross mismanagement of the forests was the reason. A tweet that California professional firefighters called ill-informed, ill-timed, and demeaning. This weekend's trip to the fire zone by the president seemed to cool down the controversy.
We're all in the same path. We do have to do management, maintenance, and we'll be working also with environmental groups. They've really, I think everybody's seen the light.
The fire has sparked a fierce debate over who or what is to blame for the rise in wildfires in the Golden State, and what, if anything, can be done about the rising cost associated with fighting the problem. The rate of disaster declarations has grown significantly for California over the years. The state averaged well under 2 a year from 1953 through 1999, but has had 198 since 2000. That's the most of any state in the country, and almost all, 177 of them, involve fires. In fact, since 2005, California has received $6 billion in FEMA grants to fight fires.
Are we doing enough? No, it's easy answer.
Professor John Bailey says the combination of topography, fuel, and weather are creating conditions that will likely lead to even more severe fires in the future.
It's pretty clear now that the weather is just getting hotter and drier. It's making our fire seasons worse and longer, and that stretches our resources as well.
While nearly 60% of California's 33 million acres of forest is under federal control, state restrictions on logging have caused timber harvesting in California to plummet by more than 70% since the late 1980s, according to the U.S. Forest Service. A resistance to basic management, wrote Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke in USA Today, adding that every time the government tries to help, it's attacked with frivolous litigation from radical environmentalists who'd rather see forests and communities burned than see a logger in the woods. As the tug of war over best practices continues, the real concern here at the White House is that the forest and the people who live in it and near it will remain at great risk for a devastating repeat. At the White House, I'm Kevin Corke, Fox News.
With Thanksgiving just days away, the holiday travel rush is set to be the busiest it's been in more than a dozen years. AAA predicts upwards of 54 million Americans will travel 50 miles or more away from home this Thanksgiving. That's a nearly 5% jump from last year. If you are hitting the road, I just looked up the cheapest places to fill up for you. The Sam's Club at Memorial and Penn has gas for just $1.92 a gallon. Same price at the Quick Stop on Southwest 59th and Blackwelder, and $1.93 a gallon at Northwest Northwest 10th and St. Charles. Remember, city offices will be closed on Thanksgiving. There will be no trash or recycling pickup. The makeup day for that is Saturday. City rec centers also will be closed, and there will be no Embark bus service Thursday.
Happy Monday, everyone. It's a chilly November evening. We do have clear skies as we look all across the metro. This is the Air Comfort Solutions WeatherBug Network. Temperatures right now are in the 30s to about 40, and it never really felt that good at all today. We had a high temperature this afternoon of 53 degrees, and there's only been 3 days so far in November where we have had above average high temperatures. Yeah, we were in the 60s to around 70 just a few times. So that makes it the 6th coldest November on record as of right now. And between now and next Monday, I only think we get 2 days with above average temperatures. So that trend will continue. Heading down to 39, actually 29 tonight. Clear skies and cold, a nice quiet night. And a nice warming trend is on the way this week. I will have your detailed planner for Wednesday all the way into Black Friday. There is some rain in the forecast. A weekend cold front comes in, and future forecasters. The Fox 25 weather team was at Bodine Elementary today. So we're going to talk a lot more about the kids and your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
I woke up to my friend's mom in the room with a gun. She shot my friend.
A teenager calling 911 after his friend and his friend's 2 sisters were shot. It happened earlier this month near Okmulgee. Now their mother, Amy Hall, is accused of killing Kaysen and Chloe Tolliver. That friend of Kaysen's, who was staying with the family, calmly made that call to police.
She's been acting a little weird lately, and me and him have been trying to get her help, trying to figure out what's wrong with her, because she's been having like little schizophrenic episodes.
The third daughter who was shot did survive. Amy Hall, though, is now facing 2 counts of murder. Coming up, crooks have found a new way to steal your mail. We've got your back with how criminals are using new technology meant at deterring mail theft to get to your packages.
Plus, an Oklahoma company is actually behind those apple pies that you snag at McDonald's drive-thrus. But now they're changing the recipe. We're going to tell you how they're putting in a new, healthier spin on this American classic.
Some breaking news happening right now near Tulsa. That is where crews are on the scene of a building explosion in Leonard, Oklahoma. That is just south of Tulsa near Bixby. Now, you are looking live at our sister station's KTUL's Twitter page, where they do have a crew on the scene right now as investigators are sorting through what exactly happened. Luckily, no one was inside this building. It was a multi-story building in Leonard. No one was home, so no one was injured. They're investigating whether or not propane might have led to that explosion that started out with just a fire. Again, they're still working to find a cause, but no one was hurt. Our sister station does have a crew on the scene, and we'll bring you any new details as we learn more.
Jennifer, thank you. You can no longer look up to see who's growing marijuana in Oklahoma. The Medical Marijuana Authority has removed the addresses of growers and processors from its online database. Now, this is in response to security concerns. The authority published the addresses just last month, but advocacy groups say that the licensees were not notified. The information is still available, though, through a public records request.
A trial now underway trying to overturn a ban on panhandling in Oklahoma City. The ACLU is suing the city over an ordinance passed by City Council. The organization says the ban aims to hide Oklahoma City's homeless population from the public. The ordinance slaps a $100 fine to anyone sitting or standing in the medians. Opponents say it restricts free speech, but they also say the new rule is dangerous for drivers.
You're not on the driver's side. So if there's no passengers, it's really hard to get the money to you. And they got to reach all the way across and out the window. When they're moving like that, they might take their foot off the gas or it might slip off. But it's really a little dangerous.
That trial is scheduled to take 3 more days.
Governor Mary Fallin says she is done with politics. She says she will retire when she steps down as governor in January, and she will not pursue office again. Now, she told the Oklahoman that she wants to spend more time with her family. At 63, she has been in politics for nearly 30 years. She began as a state representative. She was Oklahoma's first female governor. Republican Kevin Stitt will be taking over in January.
More children across the country are being diagnosed with the polio-like paralyzing illness, acute flaccid myelitis, or AFM. It's now been diagnosed in 16 more kids. That brings the total to 106 confirmed cases in 29 states this year. 167 possible cases of the illness remain unconfirmed. Experts recommend staying on top of other vaccinations, protecting against mosquito bites, and washing hands often.
Crooks have found a new way to steal your mail. They're exploiting a free service from the U.S. Postal Service that gives you an early look at what's coming in the mail. As Betty Cross from our sister station in Austin reports, signing up for informed delivery could still be the best way to protect your mail.
That's you.
Thank you. Detective Daniel Robertson didn't arrive at this house empty-handed. He's returning a toy this Round Rock couple never expected to see again.
We ordered a gift for our neighbor's son, and it was taken from our porch maybe a week or so ago.
The Williamson County Sheriff's Department recovered a stash of stolen packages. The porch pirate problem is growing so fast, the U.S. Postal Service has signed up 13 million people for informed delivery. It's a free service that lets you know exactly what's being put in your mailbox or dropped at your front door. Sign up for informed delivery, and you'll be emailed scanned images of your letters and packages on the day they'll be delivered. The service is great for letting you know that a check or something important has been delivered to your mailbox. The problem is, if you don't sign up for informed delivery, there's the potential that someone else can sign up as you. Then they'll know all the important mail that's been delivered to your house and swipe it before you ever see it.
Risk.
Cybersecurity expert Chris Humphreys sees the weakness in the system.
Essentially, anybody can get your name and address and sign up an account, registered as you.
The crook uses your name, but their email, and they can get daily notifications about what's being dropped at your door. It's a problem where the crook can be beaten to the punch.
To be safe, everyone can just sign up for it ahead of time before someone else signs up pretending to be them.
If you don't need to know what's coming on the mail truck, you can opt out. Consumers can request that no accounts be allowed for their address.
You got a bunch of people.
We told Chris and his wife Elma about informed delivery.
Anything we can use technology-wise to stop this from happening in the future, we'd be happy to use.
They think it's smart to know more about their mail than scammers do.
All right, there you go. That was Betty Cross reporting for us.
Lots of kids out of school this week, but Oklahoma City Public in session going strong. And things do start off at the bus stop, 29 degrees and freezing cold. Only hit 51 tomorrow afternoon, even though we do get a lot of sunshine. Some precipitation is possible this week and this weekend. I'll let you know if that'll mess up your traveling or shopping plans in your Storm Watch 7 day at 9:33.
It's safe to say that many of us had a McDonald's apple pie in the past, some of us today, in fact. But did you know they are made right here in Oklahoma?
Tulsa company Bama has been working with McDonald's for over 50 years, but now they're changing the recipe. Angelica Brown from our sister station in Tulsa went behind the scenes to see what's different and why.
It's another busy day at Bama Companies as they push out close to 2 million pies a day. One of those is arguably America's favorite pastry, the McDonald's apple pie.
It's very crispy and it's delicious. That's our job and we take it very seriously.
It's a dessert that's come a long way.
The product has evolved since the 1950s and 60s, from the fried apple pie to the first baked apple pie, and now we're on the new lattice top apple pie.
That's Paula Marshall, the head of Bama. For the last 4 years, she's made it her mission to revolutionize the apple pie by getting rid of any artificial preservatives.
Anything that has the word artificial in front of it or has some name that you can't spell or pronounce that most consumers don't recognize, that really concerns them, that that's in my food, I don't know where it came from, so I don't want to eat that.
So that means cleaner and fewer ingredients, but that also means bigger chunks of apples with that same great taste.
This product is baked fresh at every restaurant every day.
So you decide, do they taste better?
It's preferred 2 to 1 over the other products. So we just encourage people to try it, and once they try it, they're hooked.
A new, healthier spin on an American classic. Angelica Brown, Fox 25 News.
Fox 25 is giving a deserving family a new furnace valued at up to $5,000. It's Winter Warmth. It's our partnership between Fox 25 and Suntech Heat and Air. You can visit us on Facebook or our website at okcfox.com to nominate a family. Just a reminder, though, you cannot nominate yourself.
And coming up, most people run from rattlesnakes, but we spoke to 2 men who actually go find them on purpose.
We're looking into what happens to the snakes after they're hunted and how their venom is actually treating some sick Oklahomans.